Kulwant Hall at Prasanthi Nilayam will follow shortly. Please stay tuned.
సాయిరాం. మరికొద్దిసేపట్లో ప్రశాంతి నిలయంలోని సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపం నుండి ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారాలను మీరు వింటారు. దయచేసి వేచి ఉండండి.
Sairam, dear listeners, live broadcast of the proceedings from the Sai Kulwant Hall at Prasanthi Nilayam will follow shortly. Please stay tuned. సాయిరాం. మరికొద్దిసేపట్లో ప్రశాంతి నిలయంలోని సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపం నుండి ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారాలను మీరు వింటారు. దయచేసి వేచి ఉండండి.
गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्। नमो भगवते रुद्राय ॐ नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यव उतोत इषवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुत ते नमः यात इषुः शिवतमा शिवं बभूव ते धनुः शिवा शरव्या यातवतया नो रुद्रमृडया या ते रुद्र शिवा तनूरघोरा पापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुवाशन्तमया गिरिशन्तापि चाकशीः यामिषुङ्गिरिशन्तहस्ते बिभर्ष्यस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां कुरु माहि पुंसीः पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्चावधामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत अद्य ओजदधिवक्ता प्रथमो दैव्योऽभिषक अहेगश्च सर्वान् जम्भयन् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुण उत बभ्रुः सुमङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षश्रिताः सहस्रशो वैशाखं हेड एमहे असौ यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उतैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्यः उतैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टा मृडयातिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय मीढुषे अथो ये अस्य सत्त्वा नो हन्तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्च धन्वनस्त्वमुभयोरार्त्नियोर्जाम् याश्च ते हस्त इषवः पराता भगवो वपा अवतत्यधनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षशते शुधे निशीर्य शल्यानां मुखा शिवो नः सुमना भवा विज्यन्धनुः कपर्दिनो विशल्यो बाणवागुम् उत अनेशन्नस्येषव आभुरस्य निषङ्गतिः या ते हेतिर्मेढुष्टमहस्ते बभूव ते धनुः ययास्माद्विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुजा नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधाय नातताय धृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुत ते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् वृणक्तु विश्वतः अथो य इषुधिस्तवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशाञ्च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्पिञ्जराय त्विषेमते पथीनां पतये नमो नमो बभ्रुषाय विव्याधिनेन्नानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य हेत्यै जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तथाविने क्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूताय अन्त्याय वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय स्थपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नम उच्चैर्घोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्नीनां पतये नमो नमः कृत्स्नवीताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः नमः सहमानाय व्याधिनीनां पतये नमो नमः ककुभाय निषङ्गिणे स्तेनानां पतये नमो नमो निषङ्गिण इषुधिमते तस्कराणां पतये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते सायूनां पतये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पतये नमो नमः श्रिकाविभ्यो जिघागुंसद्भ्यो मुष्णतां पतये नमो नमो सिमद्भ्यो नक्तञ्जरद्भ्यः प्रकृन्तानां पतये नमो नमः उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुलुञ्चानां पतये नमो नमः इषुमद्भ्यो धन्वाविभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यद्भ्यो विद्यद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः आसीनेभ्यः शयानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तिष्ठद्भ्यो धावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्यो अश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमः व्याधिनेभ्यो विविध्यन्तेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः उगणाभ्यस्त्रिगुम्हतेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गृत्सेभ्यो गृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथिभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः शत्रुभ्यः संग्रहेतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्ठेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः इषुकृद्भ्यो धन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यश्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः श्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नमो भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च शितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिपिविष्टाय च नमो मीढुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृध्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आशवे चाजिराय च नमः शीघ्राय च शीभ्याय च नमः ऊर्म्याय च वस्वन्याय च नमः श्रोतस्याय च वेप्याय च नमो ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय चापरजाय च नमो मध्यमाय चापगल्भाय च नमो जघन्याय च बुद्धियाय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नम उर्वर्याय च खल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय चावसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेणाय चाशुरथाय च नमः शूराय चावभिन्दते च नमो वर्मिणे च वरूधिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च नमो दुन्दुभ्याय चाहनन्याय च नमो धृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिने चेषुधिमते च नमस्तीक्ष्णे शवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमः श्रुत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः काट्याय च नीप्याय च नमः सूद्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च वट्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईद्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्म्याय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वास्तुपाय च हर 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 ॐ नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमः ताम्राय चारुणाय च नमः शङ्गाय च पशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय नमः शम्भवे च मयोभवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमस्तीर्थ्याय च कूल्याय च नमः पार्याय च वार्याय च नमः प्रतरणाय चोत्तरणाय च नमः आतार्याय च लाड्याय च नमः षष्प्याय च फेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रवाह्याय च नमः हिरण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगुंशिलाय च क्षयनाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्तये च नमो गोष्ठ्याय च गृह्याय च नमस्तल्प्याय च गेह्याय च नमः काट्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो हृदयाय च निवेश्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः शुष्क्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च नमः ऊर्व्याय च सूर्म्याय च नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णशद्याय च नमोपगुरमाणाय चाभिघ्नते च नमः आखिदते च प्रखिदते च नमो बह्किरिकेभ्यो देवानागुं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षीणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वत्केभ्यो नमः आनिर्हतेभ्यो नमः आमिवत्केभ्यः द्रापे अन्धसस्पते दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणामेषां पशूनां माभेर्मा रोमो येषां किञ्चनाममद या ते रुद्रशिवा धनु शिवा विश्वाः भेषजे शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजे तया नो मृडजीवसे इमागुं रुद्राय तवसेकपर्दिने क्षयद्वीराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा नश्यमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वं पुष्टं ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननातुरम् मृडानो रुद्रोतनो मयस्कृधि क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते यच्छञ्चयोश्च मनुराय जे पिता तदश्याम तव रुद्रप्रणीतौ मानो महान्तमुतमानो अर्भकं मान उक्षन्तमुतमान उक्षितम् मानो वधे पितरं मोदमातरं प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीरिषः मानस्तोकेतनये मान आयुषिमानो गोषुमानो अश्वेषुरीरिषः वीरान्मानो रुद्रभामितो वधीर्हविष्मन्तो नमसा विधेमते आरात्ते गोघ्न उत पूरुषग्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुम्नमस्मे ते अस्तु रक्षा च नो अधि च देव रूह्यथा च नः शर्म यच्छद्विबर्हाः स्तुहि श्रुतं गर्त सदंयुवानं मृगन्न भीममुपहत्नुमुग्रम् मृडाचरित्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निवपन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतिर्वृणक्तु परित्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरघायोः अवस्थिरा मघवद्भ्यस्तनुष्वमेढ्वस्तोकायतनयाय मृडया मीढुष्टमशिवतमशिवो नः सुमना भव परमे वृक्ष आयुधन् निधाय कृत्युं वसान आचर पिनाकं बिभ्रदागहि विकिरित विलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ते सहस्रगुं हेतयोऽन्यमस्मन्निवपन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रधा बाहुवोस्तव हेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचीनामुखाकृति सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्या तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसि अस्मिन् महत्यर्णवेऽन्तरिक्षे भवा अधि नीलग्रीवाशितिकण्ठा शर्व अधः क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवाशितिकण्ठादिवकुं रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्पिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखासः कपर्दिनः ये अन्नेषु विविध्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान् ये पथां पथिरक्षय ऐलभृदाय व्युधाः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति सृकावन्तो निषङ्गिणः य एतावन्तश्च भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्थिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां येऽन्तरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नं वातो वर्षमिषवस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचीर्दशोदीचीर्दशोर्ध्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृडयन्तु तेयं विष्मो यश्च नोद्वेष्टितं भोजं भेदधामि त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नव्यो अप्सु य ओषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु एते सहस्रमयुतं पाशामृत्योर्मर्त्याय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वान् वयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानां गन्धिरसि रुद्रो मा विशान्तकः तेनान्नेनाप्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टु हि यस्विषुः सुधन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्वा महेशौ मनसाय रुद्रन्नमो बिर्देवमसुरं दुवस्य अयं मे हस्तो भगवान् अयं मे भगवत्तरः अयं मे विश्वभेषजो यगुं शिवाभिमर्शनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नु कामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रञ्च मे सूश्च मे प्रसूश्च मे क्षीरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुतञ्च मे मृतञ्च मे यक्ष्मञ्च मे नामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वञ्च मे नमित्रञ्च मे भयञ्च मे सुगञ्च मे शयनञ्च मे सूषा च मे सुधिनञ्च मे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ अत्रिना त्वा कृमे हन्मे कण्वेन झमदग्निना विश्वावसोर्ब्रह्मणा हतः कृमेनागुं राजा अप्येषागस्थपतिर्हतः अथो मातातो पिता अथो स्तूरा अथो क्षुद्रा अथो कृष्णा अथो श्वेता अथो आशातिका हताः श्वेताभिः सह सर्वे हताः आहरावद्या श्रुतस्य हविषो यथा तत्सत्यं यदमुयमस्य जम्बयोः आददामि तथा हि तत् खण्फण्मसि ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः योपां पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपां पुष्पं पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति अग्निर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति योऽग्नेरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अग्नेरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति वायुर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो वायोरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै वायोरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति असौ वै तपन्नपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो मुष्यतपत आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अमुष्यतपत आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यश्चन्द्रमस आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै चन्द्रमस आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति नक्षत्राणि वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो नक्षत्राणामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै नक्षत्राणामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति पर्जन्यो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः पर्जन्यस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै पर्जन्यस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति संवत्सरो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः संवत्सरस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै संवत्सरस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योऽप्सुनावं प्रतिष्ठितां वेद प्रत्येव तिष्ठते राजाधिराजाय प्रसह्य साहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यम् कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो दधातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महे महेशाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Sai Ram. On this very day, the 15th of August 1872, over 150 years ago, in the bustling town of Calcutta, on the banks of the river Hooghly, Aurobindo Ghosh was born to Krishnadan Ghosh, a surgeon, and his wife, Swarnalata Devi. Little did they know that the sweet baby, sleeping snugly in their warm embrace, would one day lead Bharat onto the path of spiritual awakening. Aurobindo Ghosh had two elder brothers, Manmohan and Binoy Bhushan, a sister Sarojini, and a younger brother, Barendra Kumar. Krishnadan Ghosh wished that his son stay away from the unrest that was plaguing India and rather focus on getting themselves a comfortable, affluent life. Thus, he sent them to England, ironically, to study and attempt the Indian Civil Service examinations. There was little contact with their father, who occasionally wrote to them of the happenings in India, not realizing that those very letters would act as a catalyst for the transformation of his son.
Arey, Binoy, it's been a while since Aurobindo left to attempt the civil services examination. He should ideally be done by now, right?
Should have. This is the last chance he has to appear for the test. Hope he clears the test without any hiccups.
No doubts about that. Remember his exemplary performance in the written examinations? That's enough proof of his caliber.
Dada?
But there is one thing that worries me. Aurobindo is well aware of the trouble our father endures to finance our education in a foreign land. Bhala Binoy, tell me, do you also feel that lately Aurobindo appears not as convinced about pursuing a career here?
A knock? I'll go get it. Ah, there you are. Dada, Aurobindo is here. How is the test?
Having cleared all the difficult papers, a horse riding test should be easy, especially after all the practice. Hai na, Aurobindo?
Ki hoyeche Aurobindo? Why are you so silent? Didn't the test go well?
I did not appear for the test.
What? Seriously? How? Why didn't you appear for the test?
And this was your last attempt. You worked so hard for this moment. But now, when the time comes to wrap it all up, this sudden change of heart?
Dada, the change of heart has not been sudden. This is a conscious decision.
These are letters from Baba.
He has been writing to us about the atrocities committed by the Sarkar in our motherland.
How, Aurobindo? But how do these letters justify your decisions?
These letters have set me thinking. Am I to serve the very tyrant that has bound our motherland in the shackles of slavery? Am I to become yet another cog in the wheel of colonial imperialism? Of what use is all this education if I cannot serve my motherland? I see no reason to continue my stay here.
But Aurobindo, the very reason Father sent us here is to be away from all those troubles.
Dada, don't you see his words filled with pain are calling us to come to the rescue of our motherland?
We feel your agony, Aurobindo. All we tried to say is that maybe you could have finished this exam and then we could have all wound up and gone back to India.
Khoma chahe, Dada. Kintu, I just cannot. Mother India beckons me. She's suffering. And as her son, I must do my part in saving her.
What will you do going back to India now? We can't even go home. Bengal is ridden with unrest.
I have thought about that too. I will not go to Bengal. Instead, I shall stay with our brother Barin in Baroda. And about what I will do, well, I'm sure I can figure that out once I go back to India. For now, all I know is that I must leave, and leave immediately.
Aurobindo's fortunes improved vastly, despite him forsaking the ICS. In London, he had a chance encounter with the erstwhile ruler of Baroda, Maharaj Sayajirao Gaikwad, who was delighted in inducting Aurobindo into the state services when he returned to India. A few years passed thus, with Aurobindo ardently serving the people of Baroda. However, the atrocities committed by the Sarkaris across the country never seemed to end.
Here is the latest news of the savagery from villages around Bengal. How many of our brothers and sisters suffer at the hands of the Sarkar, and we remain on the sidelines, not taking any action.
But what can we do? Every time we devise a plan only for it to fail miserably. We need to do something big.
Maybe a mass protest?
No, Dada. They will just charge at us with their army of policemen and suppress us once again. None of this will work anymore. This time around, when we say big, we really mean big.
Hey, Aurobindo is here. What happened, Aurobindo? Why did the Maharaj summon you all of a sudden? We were really worried.
Oh, there is no need to worry. It has all turned out well. His Eminence has ordered me to teach in the Baroda State College.
What? A teacher? This is splendid news.
Absolutely. Being a teacher in such a renowned college is even more prestigious than an ICS posting.
Barin, prestige is not of the post, but in the opportunity it presents me with. How many times have we lamented the lack of courage our generation embodies? Here is my chance to mold tender minds with the right philosophies.
कमाल कर दिया भाई.
बरिन, भाई को अपनी बात तो पूरी करने दो.
Today as Bharatiyas, we have bhakti, love for God, and jnana, the knowledge that we have received from our ancestors. All we lack is Shakti, moral courage. Our mother is a form of Shakti, the living, breathing unity of 300 million people. To restore her pristine purity, we must instill that Shakti in the hearts of every Indian. Therein we shall find true freedom.
Bhalo Aurobindo, I am convinced that Bharati has bestowed at least one of her sons with the jnana that can finally satiate all our hunger for freedom.
Not before I satiate my hunger. I came here directly from the palace, and Sarojini Bone must be anxiously waiting at home. I have to go and give her these happy tidings.
On the way, I hope you have a few minutes to buy sweets for her.
हाँ पक्का.
Chalo, now that everything is fine, Let us all get back to the agenda for the day.
We were talking of doing something bold and shocking. What did you mean? Like a mass protest or...
A bomb.
What? A bomb? तू पागल है क्या चाकी?
Why a bomb, Chucky? I mean, there surely are many other ways.
Why a bomb? Tell me, Noreen. What can be bigger, louder, and more shocking than a bomb? What can rouse our brothers and sisters from their sleep?
It's very risky, Chaki. If even a whiff of this plan finds its way to them, we will head straight to the gallows.
I have to say, I agree with Chaki, Harish. This is our chance to undo innumerable wrongs. But whom shall we target?
You see, for this to be effective, we cannot bomb just anybody. We need to pick our target wisely. Someone like a high-ranking authority. Maybe that magistrate Kingsford.
किंग्सफोर्ड. हाँ, किंग्सफोर्ड. भाई, मैं करूँगा. I can still hear the wailing cries of his victims in my sleep.
There you go. Bahrain, Khudiram, myself. What about you, Harish Bhaiya?
All right. I'm with you.
ठीक है. What about you, Noreen?
Since most of us concur with the plan, we should go for it. But it is crucial that this plan doesn't leave this room. We need to remain vigilant.
Of course. Come on now.
And Curzon, the then Viceroy of Bengal, commissioned the division of Bengal in a deliberate attempt to divide the Bengal presidency on the basis of religious majority, east for the Muslims and west for the Hindus. Crores of people were forced to move from their homes, leaving their belongings, possessions, and their livelihoods. The partition triggered the dormant spirit of nationalism across the nation, invigorating people to speak up for the Bengali cause.
Bhaiyo, the good old days of our brotherhood are gone. The meaningless quarrels between the Hindus and the Muslims were what I was afraid of. And today, it has become a reality. The only ray of hope is the direction we get from our wise leaders, Tilak ji, Tagore ji, and Aurobindo ji.
My dear brothers of Bengal, I can feel the anguish of your hearts. This is yet another chhal of Sarkar Raj. They seek to partition Bengal. Tear our motherland, our mother. Which mother can bear to see the separation of her own children? बताइए, क्या कोई माँ अपने बच्चों को बिछड़ते हुए देख सकती है?
नहीं, नहीं.
Then let not a thin line drawn on a map by someone sitting in Raj Bhavan stand between us. The Sarkar is attempting to divide us on the basis of Ram and Rahim, Krishna and Karim. But they will not succeed, for they know not the brotherhood that we share. It would be nothing but cowardice, sheer cowardice on our part if we fail to act. Time has now come to claim our freedom, for Swaraj is our birthright and we shall have it. Jai Hind!
Jai Hind!
Tagore.
Dhanyavad Tilak ji. May the roar of this lion of Lokamanya Tilak rekindle the fire of patriotism in our beings. We have assembled here in the lap of La Khuda Masjid, not in protest, but in prayer, a dua to accept Allah's will. The outcome is in His hands, but it is upon us to carry out the actions with utmost perseverance and unity.
टागोर साहब, एक बात पूछूं? हम भोले भाले लोगों को बड़ी बड़ी बातें समझ में नहीं आती. अब हमको बस इतना बताइए कि समस्या का समाधान कैसे किया जाए. क्या करें हम? सरकार से कैसे लड़े हम?
Maulvi ji, do you see the strings of thread in my hand? A Hindu is considered to be born a second time, adorning the sacred threads, and a Muslim rendered pure when he ties the taweez. These strings are a mark of our undying unity, and they have the power to bind us together. Let us tie these strings, these rakhis, around the wrists of our fellow brothers and vow to protect each other for life. Aye, Maulvi ji, let me begin by tying this for you.
Alhamdulillah.
मनोज, सबको दे दो.
Aurobindo.
धन्यवाद तिलक जी. भाइयों, I have been thinking, when will we realize the delusion that we are all in? Conqueror after conqueror has come to this holy land of Bharat and rendered us poor. Poor in every sense of the term. When will we wake up from this deep slumber and save ourselves, our land, our culture?
How I wish that were not the truth. Those vile invaders have destroyed the one thing that we all considered a prized possession, our unity. What do we all do now, Arbindoji?
You said it, Manoj. Unity. Unity is the key. Our scriptures say, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. When a thorn pricks a foot, the eyes shed tears and the hand automatically goes to remove it. Similarly, we must all stand by each other, shoulder to shoulder in this time of distress. That, I believe, dear brothers and sisters, is the way to freedom. Glory to the mother, glory to the motherland.
जी साहब, I can't find words enough to express my gratitude. We were all very worried, but now we definitely see a ray of hope. धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
You all have been here for a long time. Please go ahead and help yourself with the cool sharbat prepared by Maulviji and his team.
Namaskar, Aurobindo Babu. Can I please take a moment?
जी बताइए.
My name is Bipin Chandrapal. I was sitting in the audience listening to you speak. The fame of Tagore and Tilakji precede their arrival. However, the way you expressed your thoughts really inspired me. And I think these thoughts need to reach every nook and corner of our country.
Absolutely. His ideals have the nuanced touch of a true seeker, and I'm sure it will only do good for the people of the country to be aware of them.
If you permit, I have a proposal for you.
What proposal, Bipinji?
I run a weekly newsletter called Bande Mantram. The newsletter has made large strides of progress in recent times, reaching 75 lakh homes. And it would be my great privilege if you could be the chief editor of our newsletter.
Bipinji,
I see sense in what Bipin says. This is a fantastic opportunity for you to combine your literary genius with your inspiring thoughts. I think you must accept this offer. This will do us only good.
Your conviction in my abilities surprises me. Taking strength from your words, I shall humbly accept this offer.
The articles Aurobindo wrote for Bande Mataram ventured into every home and every heart to wake up those in slumber and propel them into action.
दिल में उठा ये कैसा जुनू, अब मिल रहा ना मुझको सुकून। मन की ये डोर जो तुमसे जुड़ी, न जाने क्यों मन की ना सुनी। कांटों के राह पर चलते रहे, अनजाने सायों से डरते रहे, और नहीं जागो
भारत माता की जय।
Everything we work toward is finally bearing fruit. The Sikhs, Muslims, and Hindus are now united by love for their motherland. The Shakti we need is finally reassembling. Yet, I feel inside a gnawing agitation, a strange restlessness. Why is it so? Does everyone experience such feelings? Or is it just...
Aurobindo?
Bhaskarji, you came. I'm at a loss of words. What good fortune that have got your darshan today. Oh, where are my manners? Please make yourself comfortable while I fetch you something to drink.
I have to say, it pleases me that at such a young age, you have turned towards our scriptures to rouse the national spirit.
Bhaskarji, you're being too generous with your words. I simply wanted to awaken my fellow men from their slumber.
And you are doing a great job at that.
But Bhaskarji,
Arey, बैठो. It is ordained that I come here to dispel your worries. Go on, tell me.
Despite writing several pieces for the liberation of my motherland, I remain agitated. And I fear that this agitation may find its way into these articles and violate the true spirit of service that they are written with. Bhaskarji, you are a doyen of yoga. Pray teach me how to calm myself.
Yoga? Just like you are today, millennia ago was Arjuna, distraught about fighting his own kin. It was then that the Lord conferred on him the Gita. In that holy exposition, he says that one of the various paths to attain tranquility, a natural state of serenity, is through Raja Yoga.
What is this Raja Yoga, Bhaskarji?
It is a way of being in the moment. Tell me, Aurobindo, wasn't Arjuna a warrior of intense focus and unparalleled skill?
That verily defines him.
Even he became disillusioned and wavered from his duty. It was only when he surrendered completely to Krishna that he became deserving of the divine wisdom. You too need to become deserving, Aurobindo. Seek that, having sought which you will never have to seek again. What is it that you wish to seek?
I seek to be blessed with the true understanding of Krishna.
Krishna can never be understood, only experienced. Karshyati iti Krishna. He is the one who attracts towards him all those who have gone astray. Krishyati iti Krishna. He is the one who plows the barren hearts of his devotees and sows in them the seeds of bhakti. Kushyati iti Krishna. He alone can grant you eternal bliss, for He is the very source of all Ananda. Seek Him, Aurobindo. Seek to experience Him in every act of yours, and He will liberate you.
Bhaskarji, my heart yearns to experience Krishna. How may I gain that experience?
You are already on the path, Aurobindo. Take one step towards Him, and He shall take 100 towards you. He is waiting for you with open arms. When will you take the first step?
Even as Sri Vishnu Bhaskar Lele sowed the seeds of Krishna Bhakti in the heart of Aurobindo and showed him the path to spiritual awakening, there came an unexpected obstacle. The Alipore bombings planned by Borain, Chaki and friends had misfired, killing 2 innocent women, a Mrs. Kennedy and her daughter. Someone had divulged the details of the entire plan of the bombings to the police. And so, Aurobindo and his associates were arrested and taken to the Alipore High Court for trial.
The court is now in session. Case of the Emperor versus Aurobindo Ghosh and Associates.
The prosecution may now present the case.
Your Honor, to begin with, I seek to place before the court evidence for the alleged involvement of Aurobindo Ghosh and his associates in the Alipore bombing. First up, I call reference to exhibit number 295, otherwise known as the Letter of Sweets, written by Baren Ghosh to someone with the initials AG. And I quote, "Dear brother, now is the time. I have made arrangements so that we can all meet at our conference. We must have sweets ready-made for emergencies. I wait here for your answer." End quote. I wonder who this AG might be. First, sweets for emergencies, Your Honor, is clearly a euphemism for bombs. And another word in the same letter, bridegroom, denotes the victim, Mr. Kingsford. Baren Ghosh, in seeking the advice of AG, has proved without any doubt that Aurobindo Ghosh was the main conspirator, the mastermind behind this entire operation. Considering these exchanges, their complicity in the case is established. Such extremist actions, if left unpunished, shall be perpetrated throughout the country. And so, the prosecution seeks befitting action.
Defense.
Your Honor, the prosecution's attempt to label the words sweets and the bombs as an euphemism for bombs and the target is a dastardly distortion of reality. This letter is merely a personal correspondence discussing marriage celebrations that actually took place exactly 3 days after the letter was drafted. And here is the proof of the same. This is the wedding invitation of a childhood friend of Baren Ghosh. Also attached is another letter addressed to Baren Ghosh seeking his help with the wedding arrangements, and thus the mention of the words sweets and the bridegroom. Any evidence to substantiate claims of euphemism in these letters is absolutely baseless. Facts, only facts, and not speculation shall help ensure a fair trial for my innocent client.
The evidence provided by the defense counsel seems legitimate. Mr. Norton, there is no clear sign of euphemism in these letters.
Your Honor, to address any doubts that may arise concerning the presented evidence, and to establish beyond any shadow of doubt the extent of Aurobindo's involvement in this conspiracy, I now summon to the stand a witness whose proximity to him is undeniable. I present to you an eyewitness, a trusted confidant of Aurobindo, Noreen Goswami.
Noreen? No, I'm sure we don't need to worry. Noreen will not reveal anything.
The prosecution may begin questioning the witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Noreen, please answer in the affirmative or the negative. Do you have any information about the criminal activities of Aurobindo Ghosh to give to this court?
Yes, sir. It was Aurobindo who suggested that we need to do something big.
What? Mitho! Viswasghati!
Silence!
He was the one who said that we target Mr. Kingsford, since killing a high-ranking officer will not only catch the attention of common folk, but also instill in them the spirit of revolution.
Noreen, you knew Dada was not there.
Silence! Do you not understand if told once? Please continue.
Well. So, would you say that Aurobindo Ghosh is the mastermind behind the bombings?
Yes, sir.
Objection, my lord. Since Your Highness invalidated the prosecution's evidence prima facie, they seek to fabricate preposterous evidence by intimidating the witness.
Objection sustained. Mr. Noreen, are you in any way feeling intimidated to testify falsely against your will? You may be assured of the protection of the court in lieu of the conviction of the charges pressed against your friends.
No, Your Honor. I am here by my own volition to testify against my friends. It pains me to stay silent when I have the knowledge of such a heinous crime.
There, Your Honor. Mr. Aurobindo Ghosh has committed the crime. The very fact that Noreen Goswami, once their accomplice, now remorsefully recollects his involvement with Aurobindo and pleads guilty, proves their willful involvement in the bombing case. I pray to convict all of them with nothing less than a life sentence.
Defense. The court has looked into all the matters in this regard and is convinced about Mr. Aurobindo Ghosh's involvement in the Alipore bombing. Taking the confessions into account, Mr. Aurobindo Ghosh and associates are found guilty of the charges presented here. In accordance with the aforementioned, the convicts are sentenced to serve a lifetime. The court is adjourned.
What is happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? I believed that I had a mission to serve my country. And all I did was to dedicate my everything for that. And yet, my reward is a dreadful imprisonment, damp and devoid of all human relations. Like a bird in a cage. Of what use is empathy and brotherhood if it only results in such betrayal?
Hey! What is all this hangama? No one will listen to you here. Here is your food. Finish up quietly and go to sleep.
The animosity of this place is overwhelming me. Is this what Bhaskarji meant by testing times? Is this what he meant by inner churning? Is this prison akin to a forest? Or maybe an ashram? Is it here that I shall find my Krishna, my Vasudeva? Oh Vasudeva, your journey began in a prison. Will you let mine end in one? Won't you come rushing to envelop me in your divine embrace? Krishna, Krishna, is that you? Is that really you?
Hey! Again! Can't you understand if told once?
Did you also hear that? That sublime melody. Did you see my Krishna? Has he come?
What? As it is, half the people here are crazy. You don't start now. All this drama you do in court. Definitely gone mad.
Am I dreaming? Why is nobody else able to hear this? Krishna, why are you torturing me like this? You know how much these eyes yearn to see your beautiful form. Does not this pining soul deserve a drop of your benediction? Or perhaps you've forsaken me? Or forgotten me? No! Krishna! Krishna! Like a little child wailing for his mother.
Sundara
Arvinda.
Krishna, is it you? Is it really you? Or my eyes deceiving me? Vasudeva, why did you take so long to come?
When did I leave in the first place, Arvinda? In every poem you wrote, I was the rhyme. In every discourse you delivered, I was the spirit. Even in this suffering, I am the pain. Your bhakti has bound me to you.
Vasudeva, if you were always there by my side, why couldn't I ever feel your presence? You know that all that I ever sought was to end the agony of Mata Bharati. And yet, here I am among these thieves and killers. Tell me, Krishna, why? Why did you choose to remain a mere witness?
Shanti, Arvinda. The answer to all your questions is just one word: faith. Everything that has, is, and will happen to you is for your own good. Even your pain.
And for how long should I endure this crippling agony, Vasudeva?
Arvinda, you have been ordained to play a pivotal role in the struggle for freedom. Not only the freedom of Ma Bharati, but true freedom. Freedom from the shackles of birth and death. Surrender completely onto me, and I shall take care of everything.
Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami ma shucha.
Come, Arvinda, watch my Leela unfold.
In response to the request filed by the defense to re-examine the conviction of Aurobindo in the Alipore bombing case, the court, to the surprise of one and all, decided to reopen the files. The letters and articles written by Aurobindo presented as evidence in the court were recalled for another round of examination. Representing Aurobindo this time around was a great patriot, the dynamic Deshabandhu Chittaranjan Das. As Krishna had promised, everything in this hearing proceeded like clockwork.
The court is now in session. This is the second hearing of the Emperor versus Aurobindo Ghosh, appealed for by the Defense Counsel.
To begin the proceedings, the defense may present their arguments.
Thank you, my lord. In the last hearing, Aurobindo Ghosh was convicted for his involvement in the Alipur bombing case. While the defense contested that the evidence submitted in the form of letters was circumstantial, the only proof of his involvement lay in the testimony of Noreen Goswami, a close aide of his. My lord, I would now like to submit to the court the signed declarations of 3 other associates, Baren Ghosh, Prafulla Chaki, and Khudiram Bose, procured independently of each other and in the manners prescribed by the court, to prove beyond doubt that he wasn't part of the collusion. In fact, the plan was hatched when Aurobindo Ghosh was summoned to the court of Maharaj Sayaji Rao, the proceedings of which have been noted in the accounts of the royal court, a copy of which is reproduced here with His Majesty's consent. These 2 crucial bits of evidence help piece the onerous puzzle, the one question that we all want an answer to. Did Aurobindo Ghosh participate in the planning and the execution of Alipur bombing case? The answer? A resounding no. That will be all, Your Honor.
The court will now authenticate the veracity of these documents. Prosecution, you may begin.
Your Honor, as the defense leaves no stone unturned to falsify the testimony of Noreen Goswami, I seek to place before the court Exhibit 299/9, the letter written by Mr. Aurobindo Ghosh to his wife, Mrs. Mrilaneli Ghosh, and I quote, "A madman like me is bound to run after his mad ways. I have been acting all this time as an animal and a thief. This feeling is not new in me. You formed the idea that some wicked people had dragged your innocent husband onto the bad path. But it was this innocent husband of yours who brought those people and hundreds of others." End quote. Which sensible, sane individual would refer to himself as an animal or a thief unless they have indeed been associated with such deeds? These words are a jarring jolt to the reality of how mentally unstable a person he is. I wish to draw your attention to the last line. Innocent husband who brought those people and hundreds of others. Brought them where? The answer is right there. Onto the bad path. When someone like him, a conniver in patriot's clothing, walks free, he poses a grave threat to the society and to the crown, especially when he has had associations with bombing conspiracies. That will be all, my lord.
Krishna, Krishna.
Arvinda, they're calling you mad.
So many people in this courtroom. Aren't you worried about what all they will say?
Are you really mad? Mad after what? He says his first madness is this. While others look upon their countries as a few forests, hills and rivers, he looks upon his country as the mother.
His second madness, he says, is that he firmly believes that all his accomplishments are given by me. And most important of them all is that he must have a direct vision of me. Chala pichivadu.
Arvinda, who do you think is presenting evidence after evidence after evidence against you?
Is there a judgment higher than mine? And standing by you all this while, is it the Desh Bandhu or this Deena Bandhu? It is all me, Arvinda. It is all me.
You ask, why haven't I come to your rescue?
I have put you through this test of fire so that you can emerge shining like gold, my Bangaru.
After all this pain, you will not be the same. You will be an effulgent being of a new character, intellect and mind. You will embark upon a course of action that I shall guide you through.
But before that, don't you want to hear my closing remarks?
Defense, you may proceed with your closing remarks.
Thank you, my lord. The lofty words of my noble friend here present the perfect example of a figure of speech called paradox. For he wishes to ensure India's welfare by asking for the death of a saint. My lord, the acts referred to as seditious and revolting are in fact spiritual and reviving. If it is a crime to inspire the people to fight not with a gun or sword but with the power of knowledge, then yes, my lord, he is a criminal. If it is an offense to preach the idol of the freedom of spirit, then yes, my lord, he is a criminal. If it is an offense to make an effort to restore the pristine glory of Bharat, then yes, my lord, he is a criminal. My lord, my voice represents 33 crore men of this country asking from you a decision that stems from the core of discrimination and nothing else.
Objection, Your Honor! The defendant's words seem to cast out the very principles of justice this court stands for.
Objection overruled. Mr. Das, you may continue.
This is one of the biggest trials of our time. The documents file number over 400 pages. The exhibits number over 2,000. And the prosecution has examined over 200 witnesses. My lord, my only plea to you is to look at this man not as what he is today, but as to what he could be tomorrow. For long after these controversies are hushed in silence, and long after he's dead and gone, he will be seen as a prophet of nationalism, a poet of patriotism, and as a lover of humanity. It is therefore that I say that Aurobindo Ghosh does not merely stand before the bar of this court, but before the bar of the High Court of History. And when the time for trial arrives, we all shall be proven guilty. That will be all, Your Honor.
Yes, indeed. This is one of the biggest trials of our time. After examining all the testimonies, documents, and exhibits, it has been established that Aurobindo Ghosh, through his writings, speeches, or any other means, advocated nothing more than the regeneration of his people. And it has been convincingly proved that there was no involvement of his in the Alipur bombing conspiracy. Therefore, in a manner that upholds the fair values of this court, the court acquits Aurobindo Ghosh in the case of the Emperor versus Aurobindo Ghosh and Associates. The court is adjourned.
Years had rolled by since the Alipur trial. The Lord had given Aurobindo a twofold command. The first was to devote his time to the spiritual upliftment of the country, and the second was to prepare the world for his descent. Fulfilling that very command, Aurobindo set up the Aurobindo Ashram in Pondicherry. As time passed, Aurobindo withdrew into deep contemplation. However, on the 24th of November, 1926, he broke into an emphatic declaration.
The dawn heralds a new era in this glorious land of Bharat, for today marks the descent of my Krishna into the physical. He has come to redeem us all from the tyranny of the corporeal and to realize the supramental. He will not only be a religious guide, but also a great educationist, a regenerator of society, and the very essence of that eternal glorious Bharat. My Krishna has come. My Vasudeva has come, and he shall unite the entire world as one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
భారతీయులు స్వాతంత్రమును సాధించారు. భారతీయస్ వన్ ఫ్రీడమ్. కానీ ఐక్యతను సాధించడానికి వీలు కాలేకపోయింది. బట్ దే కుడ్ నాట్ అకంప్లిష్ యూనిటీ. ఐక్యతను సాధించలేకపోయారు. దే కుడ్ నాట్ అకంప్లిష్ యూనిటీ. ఐక్యత లేనంత వరకు స్వాతంత్రం ప్రయోజనం ఏమిటి? వితౌట్ యూనిటీ వాట్ ఈస్ ది వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఫ్రీడమ్? స్వాతంత్రము, ఆత్మతంత్రమే స్వతంత్రము. స్వాతంత్ర మీనింగ్ ద నేచర్ ఆఫ్ దిస్. ఈ భౌతికమైనటువంటి స్వతంత్రం కాదు. ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ద ఫిజికల్ ఫ్రీడమ్. దీనిని ఇండిపెండెంట్ అంటున్నారు. దిస్ వి కాల్ ఇట్ ఇండిపెండెంట్. స్వతంత్రం బాహ్యమైనటువంటిది. ఇండిపెండెన్స్ ఇస్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్. స్వాతంత్రము అంతర్ముఖమైనటువంటిది. స్వాతంత్ర ఇస్ ఇంటర్నల్. కనుక అంతర్ముఖమైనటువంటి దానిని బహిర్ముఖమైనటువంటి దానిని మనము అనుభవిస్తున్నాము.
So that is internal, we just enjoy it as externally.
కనుక ప్రతి ఒక్కటి బయట ఉన్నదంతా లోపలి యొక్క ప్రతిబింబమే, రిఫ్లెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ది ఇన్నర్ బీయింగ్.
So what all that you find outside is merely the reflection of the inner being.
మన స్వాతంత్రాన్ని మనం తప్పక రక్షించుకోవాలి.
We should safeguard our independence.
ఆ స్వాతంత్రము ఆత్మ స్వాతంత్రమే.
That independence is really the independence.
దాని యందు ఏమాత్రం కూడా స్వాతంత్రం లేదు.
The other independence is no independence.
మన దేశం పైన ఎవరైనా వస్తే అన్ని పార్టీల వారు ఏకం కావాలి.
If anyone is trying to conquer us, all parties should stand
నా
united.
పార్టీ నీ పార్టీ దేశాన్ని అంతా ముక్కలు ముక్కలు చేయకూడదు.
We should not cut the country into pieces in the name of parties.
మీలో మీకేమైనా ద్వేషం వస్తే మీరు చావండి.
If there is hatred among you, better you die.
కానీ దేశం పైన ఎవరైనా వస్తే దేశంతో అందరూ కలిసి ప్రాణాలు ఇచ్చవలసింది.
It's a matter of country, everybody should be prepared
దేశం
to
యొక్క
die.
క్షేమాన్ని రక్షించవని.
You should protect the country.
నీ మాతృదేశం నీవు రక్షించుకోవడానికి,
To protect your motherland.
నీ మాతృ సంస్కృతిని మీరు నిలబెట్టుకోవడానికి
To uphold the culture of motherland.
కంకణం కట్టాలి.
You should dedicate.
కనుకనే మీ జీవితం అంతా కూడాను కేవలము ఈ మాతృదేశమునకే సార్థకం చేసుకోవాలి.
You should sanctify your lives by spending your time here.
ఒకానొక సమయంలో అరవిందుడు చెప్పాడు, తను ప్రిన్సిపల్ గా ఉన్నప్పుడు కలకత్తాలో.
Aravinda, as a principal in Calcutta, said at one time,
మీరు చదివేది దేనికోసం?
why should you study?
మీ చదువంతకుడును ఈ మాతృదేశానికి అర్పితం చేసేట్టుగా ఉంటే చదువు చదవండి, లేకపోతే పుస్తకాలు కాల్చివేయండి అన్నాడు.
You study if you are prepared to dedicate all your education for your motherland, or else burn the books.
స్వార్థ సప్రయోజనానికి మీరు చదివేటట్టుగా ఉంటే ఈ చదువంతా వ్యర్థమైనటువంటి చదివే.
If you study for selfishness, self-interest, all your education is a waste.
మాతృదేశానికి తగినటువంటి త్యాగాన్ని నీవు కలిగి ఉంటుండాలి.
You should be ready to sacrifice for your motherland.
ఇది మాది మాతృదేశము,
This is my motherland.
ఎదగొట్టి నుడవలేరని బతికిన పీనుంగొక్కండు వసుదని కలడా.
Is there not a dead cows who would not declare that way? This is my motherland.
దేశానికై త్యాగం చేయనటువంటి ఒక యువకుడు బ్రతికి కూడాను చచ్చిన వాడితో సమానమే.
Youth who is not prepared to sacrifice and die for the
ఇది
country
మనం
is a living
చేయవలసిన
cow.
దేశ సేవ.
This is the service we should do for the country.
మానవులను సేవించి,
Serving the society,
తోటి మానవులను ప్రేమించి,
loving the neighbor,
తోటి మానవుల యొక్క కష్టములకు ఆదుకొని,
supporting those in times of need.
విశాలమైనటువంటి ప్రేమను పెంచుకోవటమే నిజమైనటువంటి కల్చర్, భారతీయ కల్చర్.
To develop the broad feelings of love is the true culture of Bharat.
That there is only one caste, the caste of humanity. There is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one language, the language of the heart. And there is only one God, and He is omnipresent.
It is in this spirit of oneness that the foundation of Prasanthi Nilayam was laid. The gates of this abode of peace are wide open to people of every caste, creed, color, and religion.
With this foundation of unity, Bharat helms the G20 this year as its president, the engine of transformation leading our world in becoming one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
Swami, you often said that Bharatiyas are those who have established in their hearts bhakti or love for God. This deep-rooted spirituality coupled with patriotism makes us the ideal leaders of the world.
Swami, when we join your hallowed university, we receive both education to contribute to society and Atma Vidya, putting us on the path of spiritual discipline. Together, we fulfill the threefold objective of being professionally sound, socially responsible, and spiritually aware.
As the future of our country, as the future of Bharat, we seek to shoulder this responsibility that each of us is blessed with.
O Bharat Bhagya Vidhata, pray, give us the strength to make you proud.
As your lions roaring with courage, that you are always with us.
And leading the spirit of Bharat into every home and every heart.
Jai Hind!
बसा है रिश्ता अनोखा, न जाया करे एक पल भी, चल जिक्र करे इसका। हर धड़कते दिल में बसा है रिश्ता अनोखा, न जाया करे एक पल भी, चल जिक्र करे इसका।
कुर्बानियों की कहानियां और मातृभूमि से प्रेम, चारों दिशाओं में गूंज रहे आजाद वतन के गीत। हम में भारत है, हमसे भारत है, भारत की शान पहचान हमारी है। हम में भारत है, हमसे भारत है, भारत की महिमा दिल में समाई है। रूप हजारों रंग है अनेक, राहें हजार पर मंजिलें,
मन की द्वार खोल के देखे तो सब धर्म मिलते हैं चरणों में।
है विश्व गुरु है धर्म गुरु, बन के भारत ने राह दिखाई।
अमृत काल की ये है कहानी,
हम में भारत है, हमसे भारत है, भारत की शान पहचान हमारी है। हम में भारत है, हमसे भारत है, भारत की महिमा दिल में समाई है।
हम बच्चों में साई तुमने मानवता के बीज है बोए। सत्य धर्म शांति प्रेम अहिंसा के भाव लेकर
शेर तेरे आगे बढ़े अब डर है न कोई, शेर तेरे आगे बढ़े अब डर है न कोई। हम में भारत है, हमसे भारत है, भारत की शान पहचान हमारी है। हम में भारत है, हमसे भारत है, भारत की शान पहचान हमारी है।
Sai Ram, we will now rise for National Anthem.
लंबोदरा पाहि माम् जय लंबोदरा पाहि माम् जगदम्बा सुत रक्ष जगदम्बा सुत रक्ष जगदम्बा सुत रक्ष जय लंबोदरा पाहि माम् जय लंबोदरा पाहि माम् शरणागत रक्ष शरणागत रक्ष शरणागत रक्ष शरणागत रक्ष हे करुणानिधे पाहि माम् हे करुणानिधे पाहि माम् हे करुणानिधे पाहि माम् हे करुणानिधे पाहि माम् श्री गणनाथ संरक्ष श्री गणनाथ संरक्ष निज भक्ति मुदं देहि निज भक्ति मुदं देहि जय लंबोदरा पाहि माम् लंबोदरा पाहि माम् जगदम्बा सुत रक्ष जगदम्बा सुत रक्ष जय लंबोदरा पाहि माम् जय लंबोदरा पाहि माम् शरणागत रक्ष शरणागत रक्ष हे करुणानिधे पाहि माम् हे करुणानिधे पाहि माम् श्री गणनाथ संरक्ष निज भक्ति मुदं देहि निज भक्ति मुदं देहि जय लंबोदरा पाहि माम् जगत्पते हरि साई गोपाला जगत्पते हरि साई गोपाला जगत्पते हरि साई गोपाला जगदोद्धारा साई नंदलाला जगदोद्धारा साई नंदलाला मथुराधिपते कृष्ण गोपाला मथुराधिपते कृष्ण गोपाला जय दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी हरिणी मंगल करिणी संकट हरिणी मंगल करिणी संकट हरिणी मंगल करिणी संकट हरिणी प्रणव स्वरूपिणी माता जय जय प्रणव स्वरूपिणी माता जय जय प्रणव स्वरूपिणी माता जय जय प्रणव स्वरूपिणी माता दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी जय जय दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी जय जय दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी जय जय दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी मंगल करिणी संकट हरिणी मंगल करिणी संकट हरिणी प्रणव स्वरूपिणी माता जय जय प्रणव स्वरूपिणी माता जय जय दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी जय जय दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी जय जय दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी जय जय दुर्गा अम्बा भवानी सर्वधर्म स्वरूपा साई सर्वधर्म स्वरूपा साई सर्वधर्म स्वरूपा साई सर्वधर्म स्वरूपा साई बढ़ती के अवतारा बढ़ती के अवतारा बढ़ती के अवतारा बढ़ती के अवतारा मेरे बाबा मेरे साई मेरे बाबा मेरे साई मेरे बाबा मेरे साई मेरे बाबा मेरे साई धरती के अवतारा, मेरे बाबा मेरे साई, मेरे बाबा मेरे साई। साई राम साई राम साई राम साई राम साई राम साई राम साई राम। हिंदू मुस्लिम ईसाई आते हैं तेरे द्वारे, हिंदू मुस्लिम ईसाई आते हैं तेरे द्वारे, मिलते हैं तेरे द्वारे, मिलते हैं तेरे द्वारे। साई राम 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 स्वरूपा साई। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी सत्य साई हरे, भक्त जना संरक्षक, भक्त जना संरक्षक, पति महेश्वरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, शशिवदना श्रीकरा, सर्वा प्राणपते, स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते, आश्रित कल्पलतिका, आश्रित कल्पलतिका, आपद्बान्धवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, माता पिता गुरुदैवमु मरियन्त्रयो नीवे, स्वामी मरियन्त्रयो नीवे, नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ, नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ, नागेन्द्रशयन। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी ओ साई महादेवा, सत्य साई महादेवा, मंगलहारति अंधुको, मंगलहारति अंधुको, मंदर गिरिधारी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम, नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम। जय सद्गुरुदेवा, नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम, नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम। जय सद्गुरुदेवा, नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम, नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम। जय सद्गुरुदेवा। शांति शांति शांति, समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु, समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु, समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
Om Shri Sai Ram. Invoking Bhagwan's divine blessings. Tomorrow's evening session in Sai Kulwant Hall will commence at 4:30 with Veda Chanting. At 4:50, the director of Sri Satya Sai Vidya Vahini, Mrs. Karuna Munshi, will be addressing the August gathering. After the talk, at 5 o'clock, the students from the Mahatma Schools of Madurai, Tamil Nadu, will be offering a cultural dance presentation titled Meenakshi Tirukalyanam. The evening session in Sai Kulwant Hall will conclude with bhajans and Mangalarti, followed by Bhagwan's Divya Darshan. Jai Sai Ram.
ఓం శ్రీ సాయిరామ్. స్వామివారి దివ్యానుగ్రహ ఆశీస్సులతో సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపంలో రేపటి సాయంకాలం కార్యక్రమం 4:30 వేద పఠనంతో ప్రారంభమవుతుంది. 4:50 శ్రీ సత్యసాయి విద్యావాహిని డైరెక్టర్ శ్రీమతి కరుణా మున్షి గారు ప్రసంగిస్తారు. వీరి ప్రసంగానంతరం 5 గంటలకు తమిళనాడు రాష్ట్ర మదురైలోని మహాత్మా స్కూల్కి చెందిన విద్యార్థులు మీనాక్షి తీరు కళ్యాణం పేరిట ఓ సాంస్కృతిక నృత్య కార్యక్రమాన్ని సమర్పిస్తారు. రేపటి సాయంకాలం కార్యక్రమం భజనతో కొనసాగి మంగళహారతితో ముగియను. అనంతరం స్వామివారి దివ్య దర్శనం. జై సాయిరామ్.
ఓం సాईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय 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 विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ